Hello. In this video, we will see how to interface an LED with Arduino. We will use Tinkercad website to simulate our project. First, go to Tinkercad website. Hit login. You will be asked to create an account. After creating an account, go to circuit and create a new circuit. Here, you will find all the components you need on the right side. First, we will see how LED works. Components required are LED and battery. Search and grab LED and 9-volt battery. The negative lead of LED is called cathode and the positive lead is called anode. We will connect anode of LED to positive lead of battery and cathode to negative lead of battery. It is good practice to use color code for your wires. Hit the start simulation button whenever you are ready. Here you will see a warning pop-up that says current through LED is greater than rated value. It is because LEDs are diode which usually have low resistance. So high current from the battery can damage the LED. So we use resistance to control the flow of current through LEDs. To calculate resistance required, we subtract rated voltage of LED from supply voltage and divide it by current rating of LED. Here I have directly divided supply voltage, that is 9 volt, by the current rating, that is 0.02 ampere or 20 milliamps. So the resistance value calculated for this example is 450 ohm, which I am connecting between anode of LED and battery. Hit the start simulation button. So LED works fine. Next, we will learn how to use an LED which is already built in Arduino board. Let's create a new circuit. Name the project as Arduino LED built-in. For this project, we need an Arduino Uno board. So let me grab it. We go to the code section and select text. Just ignore the warning message. The Arduino board in Tinkercad comes with pre-written LED blinking code. The onboard LED on Arduino is internally connected to pin number 13. In this line of code, the function pin mode is given parameters 13 and output, which means pin number 13 on the board is referred or set as output pin. So the LED connected internally to pin number 13 is set as output. The function digital write given parameters 13 and high sets the pin number 13 to logic level high, that is 5 volts. Delay function with parameters 1000 will keep the Arduino on this line for 1000 milliseconds, that is 1 second. So built-in LED will be kept on logic level high for 1 second. Now the digital write function given parameters 13 and low sets pin number 13 on logic level low, that is 0 volts. Again, delay function with parameter 1000 will hold the Arduino on this line for 1000 milliseconds, that is 1 second. So the built-in LED will kept on logic low for 1 second. We hit the start button. The code works fine and the built-in LED is on for 1 second and off for 1 second. Now we will interface an external LED with an Arduino. In this example, we will learn how to use any pin on an Arduino as a digital output pin. Let's rename the project as Arduino External LED. Components needed are Arduino Uno and LED. You can connect your LED to any of the I/O pins, which are pin number 0 to 13, as well as pin number A0 to A5 analog pins. I will connect my LED to say pin 4. So the anode, which is positive end of an LED, connects to pin number 4 of the Arduino and the cathode connects to ground. Now let's see the coding part. I will show you how to write a code from scratch. We first write function setup with return type void. This function runs once as soon as the Arduino starts up. In this function, we will define pin number 4 as output. So we will call pin mode function and give the parameters 4 and output. This will set pin number 4 as an output pin. Remember that C++ language is case sensitive. Now we write a loop function with return type void. This function runs in infinite loops just after the function setup. Digital write function with parameters 4 and high will set pin number 4 on logic level high. Delay function with parameters 3000 will hold the Arduino on this line for 3000 milliseconds. Digital write function with parameters 4 and low will set the pin number 4 on logic level low. Delay function with parameters 1000 will hold the Arduino on this line for 1000 milliseconds. So this code snippet will keep the LED on for 3 seconds and off for 1 second. Here the LED shows warning related to current. So I have taken the resistance of value 450 ohm to limit the current. You can calculate the perfect suitable value for resistance with the formula we discussed earlier. In next example, we will learn how to add a switch to control on and off state of LED. We will learn how to use any digital pin as input. I will add a common slide switch to the same project. I have connected middle terminal of the switch to pin 0, one end of a switch to ground and another end to 5V pin. Let's see how to write a code to check the status of switch. First of all, I will define pin 0 as input pin using the function pin mode in setup method. We use the function digital read inside the loop method with the pin number as a parameter to read the logic level of particular pin. This function returns integer value 1 and 0 for the logic state high and low respectively. We will save the value returned by digital read function to the Boolean variable button state. Now we will check whether the value of button state is 0 or 1. According to this value, we will set the pin number 4 as high or low respectively. Let's run the simulation. In next example, we will see how to control the brightness of LED using potentiometer. Components needed are Arduino, potentiometer, LED, resistance, and a mini breadboard. I will connect the middle lead of a potentiometer to pin A0 of Arduino, one of the terminal to 5V pin and another to ground pin. Now for the LED, cathode goes to ground via resistor and anode to pin A1 of an Arduino. I will make some changes in code. First, I will set pin A1 as an output and A0 as input. Then I will read the value of potentiometer from pin A0 using analog read function and save it in a variable pot state. Let's see how to use a serial monitor. We print the values on serial monitor using method println of class serial and give variable as parameter. Initially, we have to start the serial monitor using the method begin of class serial. with the baud rate as parameter, which is usually 9600. Hit the start button and open serial monitor. We can see the values changing from 0 to 1023 as we play with potentiometer. Now we will write the same values to pin number A1 with analog write function and parameters as A1 and pot state. You will observe that the LED is at its highest state before the potentiometer reaches the maximum. This is because the function analog read gives 10-bit value which is from 0 to 1023, but analog read needs only 8-bit values which is from 0 to 255. So we will use map function to change the value of variable pot state from range 0 to 1023 to range 0 to 255. And we will save the output of map function to the same variable pot state. Now we will pass the updated value of pot state to the function analog read and run the simulation. Finally, let's see how to use PWM pin as analog output. PWM pins are digital I/O pins which can simulate analog signals. I will rearrange the LED and resistance on another side of the board and connect the LED at pin number 9. The digital pins with little tilde sign represents PWM pins. The PWM pins can output high frequency square waves which can simulate analog signal. Let's see the changes in code. First, I will update pin number 9 as an input instead of pin number A1 and parameter to analog write function as 9. The rest of the code will be same. Let's try to run it. Now I will show what PWM actually means. Components needed are Arduino, potentiometer and an oscilloscope. I will take an input through pin number A0. Then I will write the output to pin number 9 and connect the pin number 9 to oscilloscope so that we can read the voltage at pin number 9 with oscilloscope. In setup method, I will set pin number A0 as input and A9 as output. In the loop method, I will write the value of pin A0, map it to the 8-bit value range, and then write the updated value to pin number 9 using analog write function. Hit the run. You will see the spikes on oscilloscope. Let me zoom in the spikes by changing frequency of the oscilloscope. You can see that by changing the potentiometer state, the time for which the signal is high changes. For the fraction of period, the signal stays high, and in the another fraction, the signal remains low. The time period of this signal is 20 milliseconds. Due to the fast fluctuation, the voltage averages out and it simulates the analog signal.